Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here. Thank you so much for being here. I want to make sure everything's working, like always, to make sure the sound is right and all that great stuff. So if you guys could let me know in the comments if it's working. I do have my iPad here just in case to see if it lets me. Thank you so much for being here. I hear myself on the iPad, so I'm going to wait a few moments to see if people can or will be showing up. I need to make sure that I'm showing up right in Instagram because it's separate from, my video streaming program. So I have to keep an eye on that also to make sure that I stay in frame. If people in Instagram can let me know if you can hear me, let me know because I haven't done Instagram in a long time. It wasn't working for the longest time, and now I can't. All right, here we go. Okay, got everything situated so I can see. I'm going to wait a few more moments, and then we are going to talk about the video and a few comments and questions that I got that I feel like I need to answer right away because there were some concerns which are valid, and there were some questions which are valid. And, probably wasn't my best self last night, and that's okay. But, we're going to work through it. I'm going to wait like 4 or 5 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started. I don't see this lasting very long because I have, you guys, unlike yesterday, I actually have a list right here so that I can, stay on topic, and not, wonder because that was the problem yesterday that I had. And I'll explain all that to you why. And yeah, and also, if you're here and you were here last night on this channel or you watched it later, on the replay, I do want to say sorry if I don't want to say upset you, but if you felt sad because, the way I was reacting or the things that I was talking about, the reality is that a lot of people go through a lot of things. And, as a person that does online things, there's only a select few of people that actually know me. And so it can be confusing sometimes when you see someone acting different or, they're not answering or it's just something wrong. So that's what I'm going to hear to talk about that too. And I'll wait a few more minutes. I still am a little nervous to do this, not like yesterday, but it is what it is, and we will get through it together. So I'm gonna just wait a few more moments. If you're on Instagram, YouTube, I don't know, the young kids these days, I think you can like share it. I don't know. I, you know, I'm old. I can barely do the technology now. And, you know, I need to adopt a grandchild to come do this for me every day. Oh. All right. So it looks like people are showing up. Now, oh, you guys, thank you so much for that. Someone gave me one of those yesterday, and I'm not for sure if it was during the live or if it was afterwards, but I really appreciate that. And, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to dismiss, but I love that you did that, but you don't have to. That's all I'm saying. That's not what I was asking for or what I assuming or, was trying to get. But Shalita, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It is so kind, and thank you. So I will accept it with happiness. How about I do that? Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you were here yesterday or you saw the live, then you know what we're going to talk about. If you're new here, yesterday I did a live. It was a lot of emotion, a lot of things that were going on in my life, and it explained things why I wasn't crafting or online or, all that great stuff. I was quite upset and I didn't appear to be myself, which is true. I acknowledged that in the video. So after like an outpour of comments and text messages and calls and DMs and you know I got questions and I got comments and concerns and I wanted to address them because it's important, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So first things first, a lot of people, not a lot, I shouldn't say a lot because a lot would be like thousands, but I got several messages. Sorry, I'm going to try to keep up with the questions and all that great stuff too, because last night I wasn't able to do it. Tonight I can try because I'm not upset and I can concentrate. Oh, this, oh, you know what? I'm going to mute this real quick and then I'm going to try to put the little furry thing on this to see if that helps because I noticed in the video it was going in and out. So let me mute this. I'll be right back. And I don't know how to mute this. Okay. If you can, let me know if it's going in and out still. If it is, I'm not quite sure what's happening and I might have to like look into it. Okay, back out and in worked. Okay. Yes, I left and came back and the sound is good. Oh, okay. So people are saying if you leave and then come back into the live, the sound is better. So just let me know, see if it keeps cutting in and out, and then we'll go further. Then I'll start again. Sorry about that. Y'all, the technology. I I can only do so much. I'm like a million years old now. Okay, it's better. Yay. Is that a caterpillar on your mic? You are good now. Okay. So this little furry thing is actually broken. I need to get a new one, or a couple new ones. So it hasn't been on, and I think that was probably last night the issue, but also the issue last night as I was moving my hands a lot, I was rubbing it up, because I was just nervous. So, hi everyone. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So, all right. I'll just start over just in case some new people came in. We didn't get very far. Yesterday I did a video, a live. I was quite upset. It wasn't myself. I talked about a lot of things that people were like, whoa, what's happening? And I'm here to address some of the concerns, the questions, the comments, and to maybe clarify a few things. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And the first thing is people were really concerned, and I got a lot, not a lot, I got questions, comments that, are you okay? Are you a harm to yourself? Do you need help? And I really appreciate that because that means that there are people out there that noticed things were odd and weird. But I can tell you, I'm fine. There is no self-harm with me. I'm good. I think how that played out, or the way I was reacting in the way that I wasn't something you guys had ever seen before. And that's normally a private thing. And I work through things myself, and you guys would never ever see that. There are some personal friends that either watch or know me, in real life, that probably have seen me that upset before or heard me talking like that before. But publicly, you've never really seen me like mad, upset, scared, nervous. Well, you've seen me nervous because I'm nervous almost every time that I come on the camera. But I just want to let you all know that yes, I am okay. And there is no self harm thoughts or anything like that. Sorry, I'm nervous. I have dry mouth too. Unfortunately, and I can talk about this, unfortunately, I am a survivor of a person that died of suicide. And that was my dad. And I kind of talked about that in the video yesterday. And it took me a really, really long time to be able to talk like this about it and accept it and talk freely about it and not get upset or be concerned with what people thought or anything like that. So I do have experience in that. I went through a bunch of counseling on learning how to cope and make right decisions and look at things a different way. That's where a lot of my turn a negative into a positive situation kind of thing goes. So, I'm normally pretty good about that. And as I explained last night, I think the pressures of the election, you know, there was a bunch of things that came together and made this huge storm, and I just didn't know, like, should I have an umbrella or should I go inside or should I, I don't know. But I can say, after the video and my nerves settled down and I started getting messages, I just felt better. Automatically, it was better. I talked about it. Everyone knew. I didn't have to like hide it anymore. And so that really helped. And I feel a lot better. And I hope you can tell that, I'm not what I was last night. So thank you for all the concerns, and I really appreciate that. And it just goes to show that you know it is good that you asked because sometimes people just don't know. And like an example for my dad, I had no idea. So it's good that you ask, even if you feel like you shouldn't, or you're too scared, or you're not for sure. You can always say, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" I would, I will always say, "No, I'm okay." Or if I need help, I will ask for it. It didn't seem like that last night, but that's because I'm just used to being able to work it out, and it's good. But I'm fine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. The second thing, all right, let me take a look at this. I didn't feel you were a risk of for self harm. You wanted to share your feelings. Yeah, it pretty much was that. I also I also didn't address everyone. I forget that I'm not only a card making channel. So there were people like in stationery and you know fountain pens and all that stuff. They were like, "What are you talking about?" And they were so confused. So I do apologize to you guys for that because you haven't been here that long, and you know, I just forgot. I'm sorry. But anyway, moving forward, people were asking about my spouse and the process, and if we were okay. Yes, the process is finished. He's a citizen. It was very stressful, and it's been stressful for 10 years now. The process is very, okay, I'm going to try to make this positive too. It's very thorough. but it can be very intrusive, demeaning, um, nervousness because you just don't know. Um, and it's a lot of money, and there's a lot of like let's see, there's a lot of processes that get lost, and you have to start over, and you have to start over, and you have to start over, and you have to pay again and again and again because it's not the government's fault that they lost the paperwork, they can't find the digital images, you know, it you have to do it again. So we went through a bunch of that, and then the process was even more challenging when Trump was president because whatever. Yeah, so it's done. I'm very happy. It was at the end, at the oath, it was one of the most kind of the most amazing things to see. Because I was there, I cried because it was amazing to see. There was 111 people there representing 88 countries. So it was really cool to see people happy and excited and so excited to start a new life and have an have opportunity. And even the judge was super amazing. I just bawled my eyes out because I'm just going to simply like make a simple statement about kind of what she said. But she said, I'm going to try not to cry about this. She said, no matter what you hear outside of these courtroom walls, no matter what you see on the news, you are valued here. Okay. Happy tears. Happy tears. You are valued here. You are important here. You make this a better place. And we are so happy you're here. And the judge was like, I am so honored to be just a slice, a sliver of this process for you. And I want you all to be happy. And, you know, you are an American citizen now, and no one should ever make you feel less. And if they do, there's processes for it, and you can get help because you're an American citizen. You don't have to be afraid to ask for help or to go somewhere. You're here, and you know, we thank you so much, and we thank you for everything you're going to bring to us, your culture, your religions, your fun, your everything. And it was just, I guess, as an American citizen, we don't think about that because it just is. And we are in a country where we can say, this country sucks, this president sucks, or whatever sucks, or I love this country because of this, I love this country because of that. These individuals are here because, I don't know, they may have been in a bad situation, or they have family members here. And it's just, I thought it was very nice and I loved it. And it almost makes me want to go watch it again for someone else, just to go as a stranger. It was just, we take a lot of things for granted. And, you know, I don't know, we should open our eyes and hearts to people that are not here and just realize some of the things that they have to do to get through the process. And the people that maybe can't do it as quickly, or whatever the situation is, I just hope that people can understand that everyone just wants to live and be happy and, strive. So everything's good there. We just had to make some changes to like some vacation plans and all that stuff, which we're going to Mexico in 2 weeks. I'm super excited. All right, let me see. I just want, if you have questions, maybe put the letter Q in front of it so that I can maybe do like a search to find it. That'll be helpful. And I'm sorry, I feel like I'm ignoring over on Instagram. I'm sorry, you guys, because the screen is behind everything else. So I'm trying to keep up with you guys as well. All right, what is next? The food struggle situation. I didn't go enough into it last night only because I think I was just super upset. That decision making process for that cake is not an everyday thing. Like, food decisions are an everyday thing. Some of them are easy, some of them are a struggle. I have to say, because it's a problem, I was obese and overweight and I ate to feel better. Because I was so nervous and I didn't know what to do or say, that's the main thing with the cake thing. Most times the decision is, okay, but when I'm in a position of where I'm very stressed or I'm just out of it, it causes the anxiety from that. So a lot of, not a lot, some people were concerned about eating disorder and things like that. And I could understand why someone would ask or be concerned about that. But, I had the surgery 4 years ago, and it is very normal for you to question things and not feel okay, or, it's just part of the normal process. And I've learned that. And that's why I still talk to a counselor and everything. And, it, it's well. I mean, I do it because I want to keep the weight off, and that's why I keep doing it. If I didn't, it would be harder. But, and I think just a couple of the comments were like, just eat the cake. And that, it is easy to say that, but I also have to remember there are restrictions to what I can and can't do or eat. And some of those things are foods with added sugar, because I don't want to go into too much detail about this, but the reason I struggled because I wanted to eat the cake, but I didn't know if there was too much sugar in it to eat it and I would get sick. So that's basically a lot of the anxiety. And to get sick from the sugar thing, it sucks. It's scary. You are putting sugar right into your small intestines without it being processed. And it's insane because I've accidentally done it a few times. So it's actually the fear was physical of what it would feel like if I did eat the whole thing. So, and that, like, I knew it's a process. But anyway, thank you so much. Yeah, I struggle with food. I wouldn't say it's a food disorder or an eating disorder, because I still eat and I do all the things I'm supposed to do for the surgery. So, it's just the decision making process, and sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's easy. So there's that. Okay, I mentioned why a lot of this in the crafting part made me upset, and that was, yeah, it'll make me have explosive butthole if I ate all that, or ate more than I should of the sugar. All right, so I one of the main things that I was upset about is seeing some content creators and a, a few companies or their owners or whatever the situation, they basically were posting political stuff that, well, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to say it's political stuff that, what I should say is political things that I found offensive. And instead of being like, I don't know, like a graceful winner, I guess is how I'm trying to say it. It was very like, I don't, anyway, I'm coming on here to reiterate because I did get, this is probably the most messages that I got out of the whole thing. I'm not going to say the names of the individuals that I saw. And I will not say the name of the companies that I saw. Also, the companies that I am working with now, no issue. They're lovely. I love working for them. They are great and they are fine. So, I leave this up to you to kind of do your own research, if you will, if you want. You don't have to. I don't want my name associated with any kind of negative backlash to individuals or companies, because I don't want to poo poo on other people's things. Like, I don't, if someone really likes a company that I may not, I don't want that negativity. I don't want to be a part of it. I want to, oh, my little thingy fell off. Can you guys still hear me? One moment. Let's see. I want to stay in this community, be a positive person, and I don't want, I don't want to say a stain because that just sounds bad. I just want to make sure that I'm in good graces with the people that I deserve to be in good graces with, and that respect me and that appreciate the things that I do, either personally, artistically, you know, volunteering, humanitarian things. Like, that's what I'm here for. And maybe one day I can go back and see, but until then, I'm gonna try to worry about it. But I please don't ask because I will not tell you. I will not do it. I just please know that the companies that I am currently working for or that I design for, they're fantastic, and I couldn't ask for anything better. I love working for them, and hopefully they still want to work with me after all of this stuff. I mean, I could see why you wouldn't, but yes. So there's that. I got some comments that weren't too nice, but I got a lot of comments that were nice, and that made me feel really good. I didn't get a chance to read through all of them yet because that's a lot, and I'm trying to just do that slowly, because it can get a little wild. There were a couple that weren't so pleasant, but I left them up because I did respond to a few of them, and one of them, I told this person, I'm not for sure how to take your comment because you're saying this and you're saying that, and I can't tell. And then this person responded back and she explained her answer, and I was like, thank you so much for your answer. I really appreciate it. It was honest, and thank you. Because she really meant to say a good thing. But, when you're already upset and you're not for sure how people are like meaning things, that can happen. So I'm glad I was able to message her, and, it was great. I think one of the reasons I did the video last night too is because instead of reaching out to people and typing up things and just doing that, it's not always, it doesn't come across the same as always. And so I think I wanted for people to see I was struggling and I was, you know, I didn't want to do it non-verbally, basically. And that was the point of last night's video, is that people knew what I was saying. I was being honest, and I wasn't like trying to be mean or, you know, put people down or anything like that. I just wanted people to see. And it was really hard for me, you guys. I don't, obviously you saw last night, it was really hard for me. But, you know, I feel better now. And I think you probably guys can see I'm smiling. So yeah, the comments were great. I thank you so much. I got calls, I got DMs, I got text messages. You know, life is hard. And after the video, I got some comments that really made me think, because here I am, you know, talking about, you know, the political system and things that were going on. And, you know, there are some people that are really suffering from really horrible, bad things. And so one of the things that I learned when I was very young and going through counseling over my dad's thing was, whatever your situation is, there's someone far more worse. And, you know, just be thankful for what you have, and, you know, and that you can come out of the bad spirits and you can like share that. And the reason I say that, and I'm just going to give you straight up the reason, because I was in a counseling situation. It's a group therapy. And I was really upset about my dad. It had been a few years, you know, and I just wasn't doing okay. And I talked about that. And while it was valid and everyone in the group was valid, as other people were talking about their stories, this person, I mean, it's not giving away who they are or anything, but he told his story, and I was just in shock because, you know, he was, it still makes me like, I think of him a lot because he's one of the reasons why I do this. But he was in a house fire and everyone in his family died. And I was just, that like really took me to a place that I think I needed, because then I realized, whoa, I only had one person die. And while they did die the way that is horrible, I have other people around me that are still alive, and I'm alive, and I don't have to, you know, so it, while the story is tragic for him, I found it very eye-opening for me, and I think about that person a lot. So yeah. Some other people weren't so kind, and, you know, they were like, you need to get help, you don't know what you're doing, you're all over the place, you're upset, you know, if you have food issues, do this, you know, if you only want to be with pets, just do pets, you know, whatever. Thank you for that. But obviously, these individuals don't watch the channel a lot or notice my personality normally. So I think most people knew, oh, wow, he's really upset. So he's, you know, he's all over the place. Yeah, I was. So some people said, oh my God, are you going to leave? Are you quitting? You know, what are you doing? Are you not on design teams? You know, all that stuff. And no, I'm not going anywhere right now that I feel. I just, you know, step back a little bit because you know, I still have the eye thing going on. So that's a little difficult. But no, I just am working through things, you know, things got backed up with all this whole thing. My room's a mess. And, you know, you guys know if the craft room's a mess, oh, some people can work in that. I can't. And if it's so out of whack that you can't find things, things are like bumping over and spilling, and, you know, it's just, it causes panic. Or not panic. I just can't concentrate. So, no, I'm not going anywhere. I hope the companies that I work with will still want to work with me. I think they will. I mean, I haven't had any issues. So, and then I think that's all that I really have for you guys. I will leave it open if you have questions, comments, you know, anything like that. You know, please feel that you can ask me. You know, it's not going to upset me. And if it's something I can answer, I'll answer it truthfully. But if it's something that I probably don't want to answer, I just won't. I'm just going to roll back here a little bit. Oh, you know what was I think what has made me feel better about the video is people in the comments were like, thank you for saying some of the things that you said, because I was feeling the same way and I just didn't, you know, I didn't know how to process it, or if I was the only person, or, you know, they had various reasons. But, you know, I hope that it did help some people, even though it was very messy and weird and emotional. I don't like making people emotional, I guess. And the other thing too is people are like, why didn't you say something earlier? Or why didn't you do this? Why do you do that? I don't like confrontation. I don't like upsetting people. I don't like to be upset. And I just did not want to confront anyone. And, you know, that's really hard for me, honestly, because I just want everybody to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to do things to make other people happy. And confrontation with difficult conversations, I can do, but it's normally with someone that's right here in front of me. You know, I can sit down with them. We can have a cup of coffee, or we can be emotional with each other and still get that, I don't want to say connection, but you know, when you're human to human, you're right next to each other, it's different than you're watching me here on this camera or through text message or messaging. It's just different. And so I think that I just didn't want to confront people that weren't in front of me. And I may have to do that soon. And it's not going to be easy. And I'm going to have to really think about how I will approach it and how I'll speak. This is the thing. I am still a cordial person to someone that I may not be my person, or may not be, you know, I feel great about, but I'll still be cordial. I'll say hello, you know, small talk, things like that. I will, but I'm not a person that's going to go out of my way to hang out and force things. I kind of just let things naturally happen. And if they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. That's why I'm not a salesman. All right, let me take a look here. I'm just going to check a little bit more. Because I like a good cake, it takes time to make it before everyone else has to eat a piece. I'm gonna put chapstick on. That cake was delicious, you guys, and it's from Trader Joe's. And I, it was good. I did eat it. I didn't eat the whole thing, but I did have some bites of it after I was not upset anymore. I will avoid confrontation to the point of where I won't do things just so that I don't have to go there. Um, sorry, you guys. But all right. So I think I'm going to go. I hope this answers questions for people that had concerns. Um, if all that I ask is that if you see some crazy stuff in the comments, just try to be cordial and nice, even though it's hard. I did it, and I just didn't respond after the comments were made. But I left them up because I want people to see that I'm not like a crazy person that just accuses everybody of everything, because it's, that's just not who I am. But one other thing that I found interesting, one of the comments, and I did a story on it. It was a little much because I did curse in it, but now I do things with organizations that I volunteer for, that I help. I don't brag about doing that, but you guys know I do it because I ask you to support this, support that, And one of the comments was like, to basically, in order to receive grace, you have to give grace. And another follower said, well, that's kind of transactional, and it's not really like you do things out of the kindness just to do it. Most people do. Like you don't say, I'm going to be nice to you today, so I'm going to need you to be nice to me tomorrow and buy me a coffee or whatever. I never think that way, and I've had people in my life that think that way, so I guess some people do. I'm just not a person that does that. If you pay for my dinner, great. If I pay for your dinner, great. You don't owe me anything, you know. If you feel I owe you something because you paid, just let me know, right? But no, I just don't do that. So, being nice, giving gifts, all that stuff is not, for me, transactional, and I don't think it should be. But also, I just wanted to say, you know, giving grace is something I've done a lot in my life to a lot of people that probably didn't deserve it as much as I did. And I think if you're in a community where you're otherized, or you're not acknowledged, or you're less than, and you're always giving grace because you need to be a part of something, or you don't want to lose something, or you don't have what you need. And I've done that a lot in my life. And you know while I am a small portion of it, there are other communities and other people that have given grace far longer than any of us would ever do. And we just need, you know understand that, because it's easy to give grace when you're at the top of the totem, or the top of the trees. I don't want to say totem pole because that's not right. But when you're at the top, who do you have to give grace to? Because, you know, but if you're at the bottom and you're like trying to get things done, and, you know, be somebody or be a part of something, it's always like that. Like, it's always the people that have less, or just are treated different, usually, I think sometimes, that are expected to constantly give grace, allow things to happen, and not be a squeaky wheel, or not cause issues. So just remember that. If you say something like that, just remember, where are you in this life, and how good do you have it, and who are you talking to? So, all right. let's see. Oh, that's funny. Only my second video here, and I guess you like using ink. Like, wow, a lot of beauty organized color behind you. You know, and yes, it normally I would be like super happy and I love this behind me. And I do. I still love it. But all right. So you guys, I think I'm gonna go. I think I answered everything that I needed to answer or discuss. You know, just you know, I'll work my way back into it. It's gonna be fine. It'll take me a little bit. I am going on vacation for 2 weeks at the end of January, so you're not going to see me online. Well, you probably will, but in pictures. But you know, February, probably going to be building back up and coming back, and you'll start seeing stuff. So just be a little patient with me, and thank you so much for being here. I really enjoy you guys. I you know, I'm very thankful that you continue to follow me and you're interested and you want to have fun. You want to be my bromies. So I really do enjoy that. So I'm going to say good night because I want to take a shower and go to bed. And I hope you all are well. And I will see you soon. Bye. Still can't figure out how to turn this off. Let's see. There we go.